This is today's AEW Dynamite full show results video, which takes place at St. Louis, Missouri's Chaifetz Arena, and the show started with a match between Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Matt Hardy, and during the match, Ethan Page was distracting Jungle Boy, but Hook comes and handled Ethan Page, and the result of this match was Jungle Boy Jack Perry defeated Matt Hardy by pinfall with a northern forearm. Post-match we see Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara watching in separate places backstage, but then comes MJF into the ring. MJF said after their match at Double or Nothing 2020, going to war in 90-degree weather just to prove that they're the future of the sport, Max went to the back and had a funny feeling as he had just met his equal, the man he'd be waging war with for the rest of his life. He asks Perry if he remembers this advice and Jack does, and Jungle Boy says MJF told him he has all the skills and potential in the world, but nice guys finish last, and if he ever wanted to be successful, he had to ditch all his friends and not care about anybody but himself. Max confirms that's what he said and then gives Jungle Boy crap for sticking with Marco Stunt, Luchasaurus, and worst of all, Christian Cage, and tells him to expect Hook to pan out the same way. They could have worked together and run the whole show, but he just had to be the good guy for these people. Jungle Boy says he'll be honest, in some ways he wishes he was more like Max. He wishes he could talk like him, that he had that confidence, that he could care about himself above everyone else, that he could stab people in the back to get what he wants, that he didn't care about being the most narcissistic selfish piece of shit in the entire business. But that ain't him, and if his road to the top is harder than Max's, so be it, and he'll do it his way, and when he beats MJF and becomes the AEW World Champion, well at least he won't wake up alone every day and hate the person he sees in the mirror. He tells Perry he's weak of mind, body, soul, and heart, and by the way, he pulled Jack's hot piece of ex-girlfriend Anna Jay aside and she called him with between the knees, too. Then Perry sets on MJF and beats him down until Max gouges his eye and turns the tide, and Jack on the comeback, stomps in the corner and a big lariat. Dragging Max to his feet for the northern lariat, but MJF rolls out of the ring and holds the title high, reminding him he's still the world champion. Then Alex Marvez is in the trainer's room to interview Don Callis and Kenny Omega while Omega gets his arm looked at. Don tries to explain what happened last week and says he feels foolish that he grabbed Hangman Page and asks Kenny why he'd assume his friend would attack Callis in the process. Don says he's gonna talk to Hangman and make everything right, and a disappointed Omega tells him he didn't ask him to do anything as he rushes off. Then we saw a match between Blackpool Combat Club versus Dalton Castle and the Boys, and the result of this match was Blackpool Combat Club won the match by pinfall with a Ricola bomb from Claudio Castagnoli on Brandon Tate. Then Hangman Adam Page is interviewed backstage, and he says the Young Bucks have been better, Nick has a separated shoulder and Matt has a partially torn bicep, and he blames Blackpool Combat Club for the attack. Don Callis rolls up and says he's embarrassed about last week, he's truly sorry and he didn't want to get between them and he sincerely apologizes. Before Page can shake his hand, Blackpool Combat Club attack Hangman and beat him down, and Callis keeps his hand extended but Mox slaps his glasses off his face and stands on Don's head. The next match happened between Jeff Cobb versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, and the result of this match was Kenny Omega defeated Jeff Cobb by pinfall with One Winged Angel, retaining the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Post-match, Blackpool Combat Club come to ringside and circle Omega as he struggles to his feet and gets up on the apron, and then American Dragon Bryan Danielson makes the save. He helps Kenny to his feet, and Omega runs over and chases Yuta off the apron, and Danielson takes his head off with the Buseku knee, and then one-armed label lock while he flexes with the free hand, and Blackpool Combat Club stand united. The next match happened between Andy Butcher Williams versus Orange Cassidy for the AEW International Championship, and the result of this match was Orange Cassidy won the match by pinfall with Beach Break to retain the AEW International Championship. Then we get a promo video from Jade Cargill and her entourage complaining about Taya Valkyrie. Smart Mark Sterling has a court order drawn up and they will sue her if she uses Jaded in her match on Friday. The next match happened between Ruby Soho versus Willow Nightingale, and the result of this match was Ruby Soho defeated Willow Nightingale by pinfall with a schoolboy and her feet on the ropes. Post-match, the Outcasts slide on Willow and beat her down as Soho goes and gets a steel chair out from under the ring, and threading her leg through it, but Riho and Sky Blue make the save. Heels run Sky off, forcing Riho to her knees, and then Jamie Hayter comes to makes the save. She hits forearms on everybody, Hatebreaker on Tony, but she gets away from the Haterade. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between Adam Cole versus Red Death Daniel Garcia, and the result of this match was Adam Cole defeated Daniel Garcia by pinfall with the running knee. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, comes to the ring post-match to embrace Adam Cole and slides a smooch in there too, and black and gold streamers come down. Chris Jericho makes his entrance, concern on his face, and he checks on Daniel Garcia and turns his back on Adam Cole, walking Garcia back up the aisle, and the show goes off air.